This is a video on how to make these coffee filter flowers. What you will need to make your coffee filter roses. The coffee filter rose template. The link will be in the description. A package of cone-shaped coffee filters. Scissors to cut out the template. Tape for piecing together the flower. I typically use Scotch tape because it is easiest to get a quick piece when you need it, rather than cutting a bunch of pieces. The tape will get wet, so a few petals might fall out, but it won't be too big of a deal. I've also used small strips of duct tape, which can be more secure, but if you want a really full petaled flower, it can get kind of bulky. Craft sticks or floral wire for the stem. Assorted lengths and widths look more natural if you're making a bouquet of flowers. Make sure the stems are the right length to fit well in the vase you want to put them in. Green florist tape to wrap around the stick or wire and create a stem. Water to shape the petals. And a paintbrush to apply the water. The first thing you're going to want to do is trace your flower petals. Make sure you do not get too close to the edge unless it is this one where it needs to be right on the edge because you're going to fold it open. I have now traced out all the flower petals. As you can see, there's one sheet of petal 1, petal 2, petal 3, and petal 4. And there are 2 sheets of petal 5 and 6, and 2 sheets of petal 7 and 8. There are 3 sheets of these oval petals, and I've also traced the oval petals on petal 1 and petal 2. I've cut out all the petals, but now I need to make sure that I erase any pencil marks that could be on the edges. They may not look very apparent right now, so you have to be very careful because when they're all bunched up, they become very apparent. I've erased all the edges of the petals. It's time to put them on the stick now. I had a larger one and I cut it smaller, so the end is a little bit sharp. So I put green florist tape over the end of the stick. If you're not familiar with green florist tape, you have to pull it to make it sticky, and it also turns a little bit lighter than what it started out to be, if you're worried about that. To put the first petal on, I'm going to unfold it and stick it through the petals. I'm just going to put a little hole there. And then I'm going to try to get it off to the side of the petal rather than the middle. And I'm just going to wrap it around there and put a piece of tape along the bottom. For petals 2, 3, and 4, I'm going to unfold them, and I'm just going to continue to wrap them. I'm going to make sure that since this side's kind of open, I'm going to close it with this new petal. I'm just going to continue to wrap them and tape them. This is kind of how your flower should look about now. Make sure the tape extends a little bit farther than where the filter ends. Again, you're just going to cover up any open spaces with 5 and 6, and then 7 and 8 after that. You can either use one at a time, which looks fine, or you can use 2 at a time, which is a more hurried way, but it looks okay too. And there you go. For these oval petals, it's going to be very similar to 5, 6, and 7, and 8, except for when you put them on, you're going to start up here and slowly work your way down, so they're lower and lower each time you go around. Again, 1 is fine if you want to put 1 on there, and 2 is also okay. Okay, so here's what it looks like when you have all your petals attached. At this time, if you want, you can add paint to the water and give yourself colorful flowers. You can curl your petals one of 2 ways, either lightly adding water to one of your petals and then taking the end of the brush and wrapping it around like that. Or if you have a lot of petals and you don't want to take too much time doing that, you can do it like this and let it absorb some of the water and then start curling each and every one of those individually. As you can see now, the flower is done. I've curled it all. That's another reason why it's good to have the tip green. It blends in nicely. Sometimes you can cover that up so you don't see it at all. Like that. These never wilt or anything because they're fake, of course. But sometimes they need like touch-ups. And you can get them wet anytime and just recurl it whenever you see fit. When they're wet, they do feel like real flowers, so it's pretty cool. Once it's dry, you can take your eyeshadow brush and add sparkles, which makes it really pretty, especially if it's already white and you just lightly add it. The other thing you can do is spray your flower with perfume, which gives it more of a realistic smell to it. The very last thing that you need to do is put the florist tape around the stick and just twirl it, and you've got your stem. These coffee filter flowers take a little bit of time to make, but they are worth it because they will last forever.